The iPhone 13 cinematic mode, it's bloody awesome, sort of, maybe. I've been filming and shooting with this phone, the 13 Pro Max, for a few days now, and some of the things that I thought were not worth the upgrade have just turned out to be a pleasant surprise. That night mode on this thing is just incredible. Other modes though, I'm not sure if they're just kind of gimmicky and stupid or not. I'll let you decide if cinematic mode is stupid or not. Now at the product launch, Apple showed some amazing footage with this cinematic mode and it was just magnificent, but my lizard bloody skeptical brain went, oh, I'm not sure about that. There's some voodoo going on there. I mean, the conditions that they shot this in, it was just perfect lighting, perfect subjects. It wasn't real world at all. So I found myself wondering, how good is it going to be in real world scenarios? On a side note, the Olympics were finished not that long ago, and I understand that there wasn't many people watching it. No one really took a great deal of interest in what was happening with the Olympics this year. And I got to thinking, what would make people watch it more? What would make me watch it more? And instead, I've come up with this idea, and instead of like these pro athletes from all over the world going and competing against each other, what if they had like a raffle, if you like, in every single country in the world, and they went, right, we're picking the gymnasts today, but instead of getting like gymnasts from all over the world to go and compete who've been training for years, get people like me doing gymnastics, going on balance beams and stuff. That would be freaking hilarious. I would pay money to watch that. So instead of Apple giving this new phone, this new cinematic mode to some filmmakers, give it to people just off the street. Walk down the street, pick a few people off the road, say, do you know how to use an iPhone? Come with me, you're gonna shoot a video. That would have been a much better example of what this thing can do. Because I think in the hands of a layman, it's probably not gonna do that well. Now to use cinematic mode, all we need to do, open the camera app, go across to cinematic, and what we're going to do is use this rock and that rock as two different focus points. You go across the cinematic, bring it down here, hit record, and it's going to blur that first rock and bring that second rock into focus. And before you know it, you'll be just rocking cinematic mode like George Lucas with an 8mm. Not really. And the idea of this is to create that bokeh blur, B-O-K-E-H, a Japanese word. It's like blurring the background, bokeh. And basically it's trying to replicate that with computational photography. You do it with cinema cameras with the lens, and the lens is going to a cinematic lens, and it's going to move that focus point from subject to subject. And it works really well, but in this, I can't help but be a little bit disappointed. If we zoom in to that rock at the point of bringing that phone up above that rock and look at that blend line, it's actually not that good. It even works in selfie mode. You turn that camera around, and this is the audio even coming from the iPhone, and you can see there it's blurring it pretty well, but it looks a little bit fake. If I come in closer to this camera here, this is real, this is fake, and well, it does all right. You might have a bit of fun with it, but it's got a ways to go. And if you go back to some of the Apple video that they've done, if you look closely at it, this is why I started getting skeptical. This is why my lizard brain started going, Shane, this isn't as good as they're saying it is. For regular viewers of this channel, you're probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about, because I'm a bit of an Apple fanboy. I love Apple products. And to hear me dissing on something, that's unusual. It's not all doom and gloom though. This is, think back to when portrait mode photography first entered into phones, and people were all excited. They're going, this is awesome, I can blur the background. And photographers like me who do that with regular lenses, we kind of went, well, that's suck diddly Flanders, it's not that great at all. But it got better. It got so good that I use portrait mode all the time when I'm photographing people or when I'm trying to blur a background. These days on the iPhones, on the Samsungs, on the Pixels even, it works really, really well. They've just gone leaps and leaps and bounds ahead of where it started at, because when it started, it was just bloody horrible. So like most times when a new phone is launched by any manufacturer, they're going to put something out there and they're going to fiddle with it, make it a little bit better over time as people are using it, because this right now, I believe this video, portrait mode in video or cinematic video, is pretty much where portrait mode was when it first started, which is kind of exciting. It's exciting because where portrait mode is now is just on point. It's really, really good across all the platforms. So in the years to come, in the months to years to come, this cinematic, this portrait mode video is only going to get better and better and better. So if you are that layman and you've just got this phone, you've got it because, well, it's time to upgrade your phone. I'm curious, like, put a comment down the bottom if you would use this cinematic mode as it is right now, and tell me what sort of thing you'd use it for. Because right now, for me, the jury's out. I'm not stuck on it, but we'll see what comes as time goes on. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.